Angel Studios is about to release a brand new feature-length movie in theaters called The Shift. The biggest question that I get about this from everybody on the internet is, what even is this? It's a brand new IP and nobody really understands what it is because it doesn't build off of anything else. Whereas The Chosen builds off the gospel stories, The Shift is kind of its own thing. So let me explain to you exactly what The Shift is and what you can expect going into theaters on December 1st. Also, make sure you stick around to the end of this video where I show you 2 exclusive clips from The Shift that nobody else has seen. Thank you so much to Angel Studios for sponsoring this video. While they did sponsor this video, they don't get to look at it ahead of time or tell me what to say. These are my words and my review of what I know about The Shift. So let's get into this. The Shift is a faith-based sci-fi film like we've never seen before. It follows the main character, Kevin, as he goes through, well, a turbulent process. Through a crazy series of events, Kevin ends up at a dinner with someone called the Benefactor. This is the dictator and ruler of this world that Kevin lives in. And he sees pretty immediately that the Benefactor has special abilities and that he's very powerful. Yet at the dinner with the Benefactor, Kevin actually prays and the Benefactor disappears. This does a couple of different things for Kevin specifically. First off, it keeps him stranded in this post-apocalyptic world where Bibles are illegal and everybody is dying of hunger. It's a really intense place. And while it generally operates like the Earth that we know, there are some things that are vastly different. For example, there are a lot of people that are addicted to looking at other versions of themselves. Let me explain that real fast. You might have heard of the term multiverse used in other programming such as the Avengers, and this is exactly how it works in The Shift. There's multiverses, an infinite number of them that all have different versions of you doing different things. And so the people that are stuck in this post-apocalyptic horrible world end up watching themselves in these other multiverses to see how successful they are or how well they've done or these other things that the other versions of themselves have been able to do. This is a key component of the world, so it's important that you know this going into it. You see, everybody in this world that's normal human beings, they don't have the ability to travel through these different multiverses. They can only see them on a screen in a special theater. But they're stuck here for the most part. They can't really go anywhere else. The only people that can go in these other locations are people called shifters or the Benefactor himself. You see, the shifters work for the Benefactor and they do certain things to interact with these other multiverses. Yet nobody knows who these shifters are. They could really be anybody. But the big question that's on most people's minds in this world that Kevin is stuck in is, where did the Benefactor go? Is he really gone? This is a huge question throughout the movie because, as we saw in the original short film, Kevin prays and the Benefactor disappears, but we don't know where he goes or how he disappeared or how long he's gone for. And the same question remains here in this movie as well. Now, before I show you 2 exclusive scenes from The Shift, let me talk about the cast of this movie, which is really, really good. First up is Chris Polaha, who you may know from a lot of Hallmark movies and Christmas movies during this time of year. He is in a new role here, completely different than what he's played before, and he's really been pushed to a new level. I thought he did an amazing job in this movie. Next is, of course, Neil McDonough, who is famous for a lot of different roles and is an amazing actor. I was really surprised with 2 actors in particular that they got for The Shift. Neil McDonough and also Sean Astin, who played Samwise Gamgee in Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of stuff that Sean Astin has done over the years, and I'm sure you know who he is. So the cast is actually pretty amazing. Now, if you're a Chosen fan, and if you're watching this channel, you most likely are, we're also going to see Liz Tabish in this movie, who is amazing. I love what she does in this movie. And also we see Paras Patel, who plays Matthew in The Chosen. So really good cast throughout this entire thing, and I can say the acting is pretty good all the way throughout. And another thing for The Chosen fans, I'll also say that the music is done by Matt and Dan, the same people who do the music for The Chosen, so it's for sure going to be great music in this one as well. Now, without further ado, let me bring up these exclusive clips from The Shift, and we'll break them down just a little bit to see what's going on in there.
Scripture is illegal, but I write what I remember. What she brought back into my life. Teachings and words largely forgotten. Only whispered here.
Thanks, Kevin. Sorry.
So we see in this first clip how Kevin is describing the world that he's been placed in. He says that the Bible is illegal and that he's writing down everything that he can remember from it. And you see as he gives that to Sean Astin's character named Gabriel. Then we also see as Paras Patel's character looks over and sees what Gabriel has there as Gabriel slinks away. This is showing us a bit more of what the world is actually like, that they're being picked up by some sort of truck to go work somewhere and earn some sort of wage to get food, since it's very scarce, it seems like. Now let's head on to the second clip and we'll break that one down as well.
Big food, please. Hey,
What do you think they need?
please.
It ain't special.
Oh, you got it. Well, I got something for you.
What?
Well, the word is, there's a guy. He's a new guy. Kind of keeps to himself, but he passes through now and then. Nobody new goes to South End. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How are you holding up? You don't look good.
I'm fine.
Who you are, what you did, you think you'd be getting a little more support from.
I'm fine. I got a good friend. Having a delicious sandwich.
What do you think you're doing wrong?
Wrong?
I would have taken out the benefactor like you did.
Hey, I didn't do that. It was him.
You're so sick you can't work. You're still looking for that wife of yours? If I was you, I'd be thinking to myself, maybe I did something to tick him off. I don't know. Maybe he was never even there in the first place. Maybe it was some kind of a trick.
Hey, Gabriel, you ever read these pages that I give you?
Does the mailman read the mail?
Maybe you should sometime. He puts his people to the test.
That's what you think it is.
He requires patience.
Patience. You've been here for 5 years. How much more patience you got?
Gabriel, what do you believe in?
Me?
Yeah, what keeps you going?
I don't know. Believe in myself. Guess I believe in a higher power, but not really sure. I don't know.
In this second clip, we see as Kevin is not chosen to go work for this day, which means that he can't provide for himself, he can't buy any food, he doesn't have any supplies, and he's clearly very, very hungry. Another interesting thing about this is the person that he's interacting with earlier, the actor there, is Jason Marsden, who's played in a ton of different things, from Lion King 2 to Hocus Pocus to Full House and a Goofy movie. So a lot of really cool stuff there. I'm glad that he was in this project as well. Then we see as Kevin goes to Gabriel, who is also not working for the day, and he hands him more of that scripture that we saw in the last clip. Then we see as Gabriel shares his sandwich with Kevin, and they start to talk about what's actually going on here. Now, Sean Astin's character, Gabriel, is actually seeding maybe some doubt into Kevin and sharing with him, hey, maybe God's not really on your side as much as you thought that he was. But Kevin is willing to keep on believing, keep the faith, and keep trusting that God has him. Throughout a lot of this movie, you're going to get a lot of hints that remind you of the book of Job throughout all of this. So keep that in mind as you watch it. So hopefully this video gave you a better foundation of what to expect when you go see The Shift coming out this weekend. It comes out on December 1st, so make sure you go grab your tickets in the link in the description down below. And of course, we'll do a full review of the movie once it's released in theaters, so make sure you're subscribed so you can see those videos when they come out. Thanks again to Angel Studios for sponsoring this video, and YouTube thinks that you'll like this video right here, so go check it out.